Welcome aboard. Welcome to Trade Along Live. If you're new, I'll give you a brief explanation of what this service is all about. This is a trade along with Sol as your host and mentor. This is an educational service. We set it up so that Sol is your guide through the morning session. He gives out his proprietary scalping levels. You work those levels as you go through the morning session. Those are levels and zones. We look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. If you're new to trading, let us know and we can help you get set up and moving forward. We can help you with trading software. We can help you learn how to trade. We can help you trade better based on the activity in our trading academy. So check out our academy. It's tradealongtradingacademy.com, tradealongtradingacademy.com. We're here every trading day, slugging it out. And if you want to be part of it, let us know. You can raise your hand. We can set up a private time to talk. If you have friends that want to come in, come to tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. Trying to fix the camera so I'm not always looking up. It's not working too well. Hey, Philip. Hey, Glenn. A nice group in here on a daily basis. Again, check out the website if you want to join. I would look at the mentoring area. So if you're a trader that is doing okay and you just want to do better, take the mentoring. Lasts a year. And it comes with the bonus access to the Trade Along Live session, this session. And it's a great concept. This concept of the trade along concept. I guess you figured that out already. If you're part of Sol's subscription to the Trade Along Live session, this session you want to upgrade to add the mentoring, you can do that by reaching out to us and we can help you. Hey, Richard, welcome aboard. Sol's going to be joining us shortly. You go through the morning session with him based on this Trade Along Live session. Again, check out the website. Read about what the opportunity here is. I'm always surprised when people ask questions and they haven't taken the time to click on the link and just read the website. The website's very short. I just posted in there. In the chat area, just click on it. Hey, Christoph, I'm not sure they had exited you. Let me know what you're doing. You don't want to end up getting exited and banned for life, and that'd be terrible. Just let me know if you've reviewed the website, you're looking to stick around. If not, that's okay too. Just want to make sure that you're okay. It's difficult when it's a one-way conversation. You know, what happens here is if there's a communication issue or we can't get a hold of you or there's something going on, we'll exit you to get your attention. And then if that fails, then we just exit you forever. We want to make sure that people are taken care of. Hey, Johnny Z, how are you today? Anand, how are you, sir? So take a moment, review the website, see what fits for you. Pick which way you want to go. If you want to talk to us, let us know. Not a mystery. Hey, Johnny, that's great. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? Testing, can you guys hear me all right? All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 47.21, 47.21. Resistance on the upside at 31, 38, 44, 50. Support below at 13, 05, 97, and 90. Pivot 42.21. Support 13, 05, 97, 90. Resistance on the upside at 31, 38, 44, and 50. All right, so who's to say that acknowledging the fact that you're going to raise interest rates is going to be bullish for the market and rally 150 points? Who would have thunk it? Throw all your old books in the garbage that ever said that the interest rate hikes are bad for the economy, if bad for the stock market. Because that's what happened yesterday. They pretty much said that interest rates are going to go up, and guess what? We have a rally in the bond, and even the bonds are up at a kind of a high. I mean, this doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, totally doesn't make any sense. But who are we to try to make sense of the market? All we're trying to do is trade the market's ebbs and flows. Sometimes a little bit easier than others, and sometimes not. But it is what it is. Basically, Fed Chair Powell signaled on Wednesday that inflation is number one enemy to keeping economic expansion on track and returning the labor market to something approaching pre-pandemic levels. In an abrupt policy pivot, the Fed sped up the drawdown on its asset purchase program and laid out a roadmap for a series of interest rate increases over the coming years, starting with 3 hikes in 2022. Powell also raised the possibility that the U.S. Bank might begin to withdraw liquidity from financial systems before too long by reducing its massive balance sheet. There you have it. If anybody thought that the Fed tightening would be a negatory to the El Marcatori, is completely El Wrongo. We're trying to figure this out, right? But that's what we have here. Let me give you the levels again. Our pivot this morning is 21. Resistance above at 31, 38, 44, and 50. Support below at 13, 05, 97, and 90. All right. So the market here pushing new highs, all-time highs, if I'm not mistaken, overnight there. Just a few hours ago, coming off here a little bit. Not too bad for basically saying that inflation is not transitory anymore. All right. I mean, that's basically what they're saying. Crazy. I mean, let's put it this way. It's not like we're going to be taking any positions prior to that anyway, like we always talk about. We're not into guessing which way the markets are going. We are just trading ebbs and flows, and there is sometimes we don't get any ebbs and flows, as you could see when the market decides to do has a one-way trade, and those are the times that we have to just patiently sit out and wait for the market to give us our opportunities to trade. As we come down here to the 13 area. Getting a little bit of rotation here off of this 13 area. And see what it wants to do down here. And whatever you do, make sure you keep your stops in place. We're not loving any trades. You always have to be prepared in case one trade doesn't play out the way we expect it to get ready for the next opportunity. That's all we can do as traders, and we're getting a nice 2-point rotation there against the 13.5 entry point there. I think it got down to 13.25, so hopefully we're able to scale in and jump in there a little bit. All right, nice rotation there. Again, we're looking for about 2 to 3 point rotations on our areas that we're focused in on, these areas of inflection that we believe the market will give us an opportunity to scalp. With the volatility the way it's at, 2 to 3 points is a good number to shoot for, especially since the markets are going back up again. It seems that when markets go up, the volatility gets sucked out, and that's where we're at. So nice rotation there, tested that spike low, came off of it very nicely, giving us an opportunity there to make a little bit of cash. And if you have any extra contracts, you are trying to just sneak it out there a little bit higher, maybe get back there to the pivot area. I don't know. That'll be a nice little trade if you could hang in there with that, as it's trying to do that right now for us, and it has. So nice little trade there. There you go, Don. You got your 22 as well. Aren't we all happy today? Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy so far this morning. That's good. It's one of those things where, it's a catch-22 whether you want to trade the volatility the first couple bars or not, because it's there. The issue about trading the first couple bars is that, look what happened. It touched kissed 22 area, almost 23, and then flushed all the way back down here to 17 in a matter of less than 30 seconds. So you get the volatility, it's there, and you have to stay focused, understand the risk involved, and then trade it accordingly. But you do get a risk reward situation, that's for sure. No, I went back to bed because my head was hurting, and then I got up at 12 o'clock. And I'm like, well, Fed's in an hour. What should I do? I said, you know what? I was gonna chance. First of all, I'm not gonna trade the Fed stuff. I hate to trade the Fed stuff. It's bad enough that I have to trade the Fed stuff when we have to deal with when he's talking during the day, right? And when we know but if I can avoid trading the Fed stuff, I do. So I didn't, but I heard it was pretty much one way. I don't know. I didn't see I didn't see the action, so I can't comment on it. All right, nice little trade there for us. If you got in there at the 13 area that we have as support, obviously if you took the lower end there, you matched up and you got a nice rotation as well. Bonds rallying also. Man, oh man, didn't they just say they're raising interest rates? Throw everything you've learned away, right? I mean, everything that you thought was like supposed to happen when something happens and it's not happening, and then you're trying to figure out why, you can't figure out why. The Bank of England actually raised rates this morning by 0.25%, 25 basis points. So that is the beginning of interest rate, as new interest rate environment, I guess, that they took transitory out of the word, right? And made it like, oh, we got a problem. I bet the 1 minute chart was super fast. It's always super fast, even when it's slow. And then can you imagine with the crazy? It's amazing that if your 1 minute chart could even keep up with the ebbs and flows, because it was probably moving so fast. Next support level we have is down at the 05 area. Yeah, market continues to come off these interim highs here that they made here a couple hours ago overnight. He said that did not expect to stand raising interest until tapering is completed. That's true, but he could also increase the speed of tapering that he didn't mention. So he can increase the speed of tapering to get it done faster. That is another objective or possibility, I should say. So I guess they could always speed that situation up. As the next support level we have is down at the 05 area. Let's see if we have any numbers coming out this morning. Okay, we did have initial claims already came out this morning. We had Philly Business Outlook came out as the market continues to drift down here. Got 05 to the next support area. Bonds on their highs, amazing, just amazing, just amazing to me. He did double it down, but they have other ways of tightening besides just reducing their tapering. They participate in market activity every day in a whole bunch of different ways, and buying and selling bonds and then behind the scenes. So there are multiple ways that they can tighten their liquidity controls that we don't even know about, and but they're out there. So basically, they've decided that they want to do this, and they're going to do this. All right, we come down here to the 5 area. Okay, I'm here to 6, and kind of testing this little area here, see what it wants to do. Keep your stops in place no matter what, right? No matter how you get in, and making those adjustments. If you didn't get filled and the market rotated and gave a nice profit to the areas that you maybe would have, should have maybe got in earlier in the top of the scale or bottom of the scale, depending on how the situation goes, and you didn't get filled, obviously it's a little bit more risky when it comes to retests. Right, especially the first. We talked about the first couple bars in the morning tend to have a little bit more fluctuation or more volatility, right? One-way trade kind of thing, just like we're seeing right now. So all these things come into play. Like I said, there's a risk-reward type of situation here where you are going to get more volatility, and quicker bang for your money, if that's the case, if you're looking for that. But make sure you keep your stops in place so that you're always looking for a next opportunity. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box area. We like questions. We don't mind questions. We gave out levels this morning that we use as a guide to the day. I'll repeat the levels so some of you maybe came a little bit late as we come down here to the 05 area and test our 05 area. Our pivot this morning is 47.21, 47.21. Support at 13, which we already traded off of and made a nice little profit. Then down here at 05, that's our next support level, which we're testing right now. Then below that, 97.90. On the upside, we got 31, resistance, 38, 44, and 50. All right, testing this 05 area, like I said. Trying to give us a nice little rotation against it, and got a nice little push back up here to 7. So nice little push up here. Now we're getting our 7.5. If you got in there at 6 and at 5.5, so you got a nice rotation off of that level as well. So nice little opportunity there. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of it. And we got up to 8 there for a quick second. And hopefully you were able to. The bonds on their highs, amazing. Just utterly, I am just totally flabbergasted by the bond market. 8:45. We have a PMI number that's coming out here in about a minute, less than a minute. So keep that in mind if you got a position on right now. We do have a quick number coming out here in about a minute, and that's it for today. We had housing permits, we had Philly Fed, and we had initial claims already come out. I'll try to get those numbers for you after this number, and we have a PMI number that's going to be coming out right now. So if you have any position on, just beware that there's a number coming out right now. If you did trade the 5 area, you got a nice rotation here off of it. So we'll let the number come out as it just came out and see what it wants to do. We don't like to trade when numbers are released, so keep that in mind. All right, we got a nice rotation there against our 5 area. And nice pop back up here. Got right down to 5 and then rotated right back up here. So nice little pop against the area there that we had. Very riskless trade. We like those. Those are best ones. We don't have to work it. Just get in, put your stop in, put your profit target in. You never have to just take your profit. No big deal. Those are the best ones. Of course, they don't always happen that way. I'll be the first to tell you that. And but that's okay. You always look for a next opportunity in case things don't work out, and that's that. All right, nice push here against the 05 level that we had. And nice rotation as the bonds are making new highs. Amazing. I guess this little number was bullish here. Not too bad. Let's see what we could talk about. Stock indexes futures are higher, March higher this morning, following the best Fed day session in over a year. The S&P rose 1.7% on Wednesday, erasing losses from the previous 2 sessions, and ended 2 points away from the all-time high, which we shuddered this morning. The upward movement came despite the central bank's more hawkish policy pivot in years, as it looks to put a lid on inflation. Pace of tapering will be doubled to $30 billion a month, with further reductions coming next year, while interest rate projections were updated to show a median forecast of 3 hikes in 2022. Why are the stocks going up? Good question. First of all, here's the good commentary that you're going to love, that somebody's going to try to make sense out of. Interest rates going up and the market going up. First of all, the market loves certainty. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Knowing what is expected in macroeconomic levels next year goes a long way for investors that are closely watching their portfolios, as well as the assurances from the Fed that it is taking inflation seriously. I think that's more right reason. Powell also balanced his rate outlook and with a strong dose of optimism about the demand and income, and confirmed that we're making rapid progress towards maximum employment. Heading into Wednesday, the 10-day average is CBOE put the call ratio lingered near the highest level in 13 months. Even before that, total equity put volume over the past 50 days were already at an all-time high, meaning that the market was ready for a bounce if sentiments shifted in that direction. Once equities found the floor, traders who bought into the bearish options started unwinding them, propping stocks into a late day rally. Of course, that they got themselves caught short, right? Because people like to. That's what people do. They're betting, and we don't like to bet. We like to find good logical reasons to trade, but that's what they did. We believe the initial positive equity market reaction is due to investors gaining confidence in the Fed's willingness and the ability to fight inflation. As a result, they are decreasing the odds of stagflation and policy error. It seems that there are some hedging demands in the event, perhaps the relief of the events has happened, regardless of the outcome. The event is gone, sell your hedge and move on. Okay, there's the levels for everyone. Thanks there, Don. I appreciate it. I don't know where your partner in crime is. Thanks again for helping me out yesterday. I appreciate it. So there's the analysis of the Fed stuff. Again, kind of, it is what it is. You know, maybe certainty is coming back in the market, right? I guess maybe that could be that one. I can that one is not a bad. I can understand that one a little bit. Maybe. All right. So there's no other numbers coming out today. All right, nice rotation there against our 05 area. And the resistance against the 21-22 area, which is our pivot area. All right, next support level we have is on downside is down at the 97 area. Anybody have any questions? Please feel free to ask in the chat. We like questions here as we are coming towards the end of the year. Next week and the week after, with Christmas being on the weekend, would probably things would probably be a little bit slow, and would have to probably take that into consideration here when we are, especially after they came out with FOMC stuff yesterday. It's probably about the only thing that's really left that's important on the calendar for the rest of the year. So not much is going to be happening, I don't think. All right. Again, like I said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. And Don, you are calling it left and right today. Left and right and right and left. You are out of here. No doubt about it. I almost feel you're happy that I'm back. I left you with 2 good trades yesterday before I went back to bed, unfortunately. But hopefully you continued to. I don't know. I didn't look. I don't know. I didn't see what happened yesterday when I was after I left. So I didn't try to follow it. But hopefully you were okay. All right, good. Well, okay. At least it was saved you, so we're good to go. Sometimes, that's what happens. But at least you were able to hang in there. Where's my buddy Mark? What'd you do to him? I think he's gotten a lot of rain down there. Maybe he's don't know what to do with all that water that he's got. I don't know. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully everything's okay. I got to find out what happened to him.
I don't know what happened to him. I hope I didn't make him mad and hurt his feelings.
I wasn't here, so I can't confirm or deny that rumor.
No, he said his girls were getting up, so he had to go. And
Okay, all right. Well, I just I just sent him a text to see if he answers me. I mean, maybe he's up. I don't know. So, you got your booster, right?
do I now?
You took your booster shot, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I had a headache also.
Yeah. Oh man, my eyes were killing me. That's it.
I had a headache, and I think the first time I got the shots, they said, "Well, don't take Advil." And what I do, I go home, take 2 Advil.
Yeah. 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 Well, that's all right. Yeah, as long as it makes you feel better, I'll tell you that much. I didn't. I just took the Advil in the morning when I woke up because I went to bed okay, and then all of a sudden I should have taken it before I went to sleep, but I was fine after that. My arm's a little sore though, which didn't happen to me last time. You know, it's nothing, no great pain, but it's just a little bit sore.
Yeah. Well,
But,
mine was, and I just used it. I just stretched it out and kept going.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bothering me enough that I can't lift my arm or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
It's just there, nagging pain. A
I
little.
tell you what'll help. Just have your wife double up her fist and hit it where you got your shot.
You don't have to ask her. She loves it when she knows that I got some pain, so like my knees hurting her. Yeah, she knows she's got that trick already. Got that trick figured out. So she's having to deal with her dad. Her dad had a stroke a little while ago, so he actually came home yesterday, and so that was good. It's been at least a month in the hospital, but he seems to be okay. I mean, now she had to take him today to rehab.
Yeah.
He's starting this rehab situation. So, but he's at home. We got him some help. He's gotta have people around him all the time, which he doesn't like, by the way. Oh, yeah, 82-year-old guy, and then you start throwing some new stuff at him. People they don't like it. Yeah, I remember my mom when we started telling her to do stuff that she had to do this, and she would just like bark at me. He's barking at her. Thank God I don't have to deal with it. But he has no choice. I mean, we can't leave him alone.
Yeah.
He had a stroke, then he had seizures. He wants to drive. He thinks he's okay to drive. I mean, and we had to like unplug the battery on his car. So we told him his car's messed up and we don't know. He can't start it. That's what we had to do. Or he would literally have gone. He would have just gone in his car. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to figure out. Again, I don't blame him. I know from my mom, she was the same way when we told her she can't drive anymore and this and that. She was not happy. She's not a happy camper. I guess that's the last semblance of independence that you have, and you take that away, and then and I told her we'll get you a Uber. You can go anywhere you want. You just can't drive. No, that was just she could not comprehend that. But so I don't blame him. But he's a tough cookie. I'll tell you that much. So, all right, bonds on their highs, and we are going down. So this is amazing to me. I am just flabbergasted by the fact that this is happening, considering they said they're going to raise rates and everything. Coming down to the blue band there in our hourly, just nibbing that right now here at the O2 area, just in case you're watching. So a little bit of a bounce against the O2, bonds on their high. I'm trying to comprehend that. They just said they're raising interest rates and bonds are on their highs. I've tried when I read what they did, and then I saw what the market was doing. I'm like, all right, well, they're happy. Then it keeps going on up overnight, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? Then the bond market's higher. Anyway, just trade the market. We're not here to figure it out. Support down at 97. That's our next area that we're looking at. And we'll see what it wants to there. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. All right. Market continues to down tick. Next level we have is down at the 97 area. All right, we'll get that 98 and change down there. 98. All right, let's get through, see what it wants to do here. Whatever the situation is, keep telling you, make sure you keep your stops in place. It's important. You just never know when these things are going to get too excited and continue to rotate down. We are getting the same, well, at least today, you see, even though we're going down, at least today we're getting some ebbs and flows, right? We didn't get that sometimes last week when we were really flushing through. So here again, we come down here testing this 97. If you don't like the price action, you can obviously, get rid of some contracts. Philip, it's always good to hear from you when you tell me that. That's all I can tell you. I'm very happy to hear that, and enjoy your rest of your day. It's good to have you on board there, Don, because I don't have to mess with your status. You can just come in and start talking. I like that. All right, nice rotation there off of our 97 area. Just drifted down to 5 1/4, so nothing to get you too nervous about. Again, 4 points, somewhere in that range, 2-3 points. Even if you stuck to 2 points, you didn't get filled. And if you got down to 95, that this time you got filled all the way down at the bottom end there. Hopefully you were able to take advantage of that little trade. And a nice rotation back up here. The the even and a half is the settlement price, so there's obviously a little bit of resistance up there and the rotation back up if you are trading. I don't know if this is inverse trade or if it's just bonds excited. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to figure it out myself. But nice rotation there against our 97 area. Let me give you some levels here. Next level that we have is 90. Okay. And then below that, we've got 81, 72, 60, 52, and 42. So below the 90, we got 81, 72, 60, 52, and 42. As again, we don't know which way markets are going, so you can see there's that big rally that the market created or traded off of. So you have to figure that maybe it'll retrace some of that. I don't know. So we have levels below that to kind of help us if it does. Don't believe it's going to go straight down like it did yesterday, go straight up, but we'll see what happens. Again, we're not trying to guess. Like I said, I keep telling you, we're not guessing here what's going to happen. We're just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of market, finding those areas that we believe will give us an opportunity to trade. And that's what we're looking for. And you can see here by our first 3 levels of 13 to 05 and a 97, all have worked very nicely for us and given us good scalping opportunities with very minimal amount of pressure or drawdown, as some other people like to call it. You minimize the drawdown, you minimize your stress level.
Amen on that.
That way we can keep smiling and talking all at the same time.
I was telling him yesterday I like to trade the Feds.
Yeah, well, you do.
But I told him, I said, yeah, all you got to do is just jump in. But I said, you can jump in and be 10, 12, 15 points down.
Yeah, before you even finish the tick on your, before you even lift your finger off your clicker there, it's 10, 15 points down.
I got in yesterday. I bought an 18 and the next one was an 06. And it did that in less than 30 seconds.
Right. I mean, you just don't have that change. Just, yeah. I mean, there's no, and it is what it is. I mean, you have to, understand that this is what it is when you're trading that. And if you can handle the risk movements, then you're good to go. I mean, you have to understand the risk is what I'm
Yeah.
basically trying to say. If you understand the risk, then the rest is, you have to obviously trade smaller. You can't trade, the normal size there when you're, doing that stuff when it's moving around that fast. You don't need to trade big when it's moving around that fast.
No, I was fighting for that 30 all day yesterday, and it finally gave it to me.
30 on the upside.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. And again, next support level we have is down at 90. And they got down to 2.5, 92.5 there. All right. Bouncing back up here. Resistance now would be around the 19 area. If we get back up there. That could change, obviously. A little bit of pressure on the market as bonds continue to rally. It may be definitely some, well, I don't want to say it. I mean, were we having inverse trade? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe the bond market is leading us to the downside, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're saying it's not enough. I don't know. Just trying to make some sanity to the movement here. But, it is what it is. We got down to 92 and a nice little rotation here. We were looking at 90. If you want to make a little bit of an adjustment down there, you could. Back up here to the salmon price. Resistance right now would be, like I said, at the 14 area. All right, definitely testing the settlement price here. That's for sure. That's what's going on right now. All right, just kind of just hanging right around this settlement price here, even to 01 area. Trying to figure out what it wants to do. All right, still just kind of hanging right in this little area, trying to find a way to escape. We'll see. All right, just kind of hovering around that 01 to even area. So it got up to 5 and came flushing back down. So it's just kind of sidewinding it a little bit.
Hey, Saul,
Yeah.
you know what your schedule's going to be like coming into next week, Christmas?
Yeah, I was thinking about that before. I'm thinking maybe we'll just do, let me see this here. Um,
The 24th on Friday.
right. Well, we'll definitely, and the 23rd is probably going to be very quiet.
Okay.
So we're probably going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for both weeks.
Okay.
The first, next week and the week after. Because, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Again, trying to uptick back a little bit. Looks like it's kind of found a little base there. Maybe. Don't want to, again, I was going to say if we got above 04 before, it would probably rally. It got above 04 and broke all the way back down. So that's why you got to be very careful with these extensions of these ranges. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But seem like it's the volatility is still into the market here a little bit. As bonds come off their highs, it looks like there's a little bit of inverse trade going on, but I am not 100% on that one either. But we had our nice little rotations off of our levels there that we had this morning that we gave out. If you look at the chat box, Don, could you put the numbers up again? You will see the levels are in there. Again, we use those as a guide to the day. And we could add to them, subtract to them. We already added to them on the downside there, as you can see. But we'll see what it wants to do the rest of the day. Right now, it looks like some resistance would be around the 14 area. And our next support level will not be down till 90. Maybe a little tad lower than that because of the move down to the 92.5 here earlier. But kind of, pick your spots, make sure you're very patient. We had some nice trades with, like I said earlier, minimal drawdowns, which is always nice. All right, looks like they want to push back up to that 14 area there. Support right now would be around the 01, 02 area, but again, keep your stops in place. It's not like it's a little volatile, a little moving very quick. So this is right now. It could be the no trade zone area that we talk about. Tough to figure out which way, what direction it wants to go. All right, market continues to stop, take a little resistance around the 14 area. All right, we're coming up here to the 14 area. If you're trying to stay long, if you were able to get along somewhere in there, tough little trade there, no doubt. All right, coming up here to the 14 area that we talked about, having a little bit of resistance. If you're able to stay long up through there, this is where you're exiting. Nice little trade if you were able to get long. It was tough. It was tough and definitely tough to find an area to get long. We talked about getting above the 05 and then they've broke it down. But then once they started rotating back up here, they made a good push. Okay, if you did sell that 14 area, gave you a chance there to get out. That's obviously didn't really hold too well. And if it does hold above 10 here, could rally up a little bit more. Yeah, change your perspective here. That's what the market's telling us. Tough little trade here, like I said. Wanted to get long earlier, but just market just didn't give us that rotation we were looking for. All right, the market did, it's kind of hanging. Again, if it holds the 10 area there, I think we might continue this little push to the upside. All right, market trying to figure out what it wants to do up here. Kind of could go either way, really. Don't have one good feel for it right now, so be a little bit patient. Support right now would be back at the 01 even area, and I guess resistance would be, well, we'll take the our first level of resistance up at 31, and there's obviously other areas in between there right now, but I guess I have no feel for it, so it's taking you long enough. Yeah, aren't we all?
What's that? What's the way the guy put it? He said, "I'm not the sharpest tack in the wall."
That's right. I know what you mean. Sometimes it's very hard for us to get past old habits.
I mean,
Definitely. Well, we're just kind of hovering here, trying to see what it wants to do. Our greenback kind of held there again, kind of just trying to figure out where it wants to go next. Could go either way here. I have no real feel for it. All you can do is whatever trade if you see something, just make sure you keep your stop in place. But for the time being, as far as uh, from what I say, it could really do a number of things. So we go back to that 01 area, or we could go and push to newer highs. Don't have one inclination here. Well, it depends on, if it's straddling it like this, you're just going for a couple points. But if you're looking for it to bounce off of it, then you're probably positioning yourself a little bit. Especially if it's directional. So I don't know, we're going to go back down. Then you're looking anything above 20. You want to be out of any shorts. And but it all depends. I mean, the scalp is the scalp. So from there, it doesn't really. And then after that, depends on, and again, why you're trading it. If you're looking for it to rotate off of a for a longer term thing, then it's a different story. So, but if you're just scalping it off of one position, then that's okay also. Then you're just scalping it for 2 to 3 points. You love this stuff. All right, there's Chad. You have a good one. Glad you're out of here today. See you tomorrow. All right, we're mired in this little range. Like I said, could have gone either way at that point. Did hold and brought it back up here. It's definitely trading both sides of our blue band, so very, very difficult to try to get any kind of idea of what it wants to do. If we do get above 20, though, I think we might try to go a little bit higher and go retest those upside levels. And if we do get below the 01 to even area, we might go retest the lows here. So definitely got your parameters there. In the middle here, I mean, I'd have to venture to say that we're probably in this no trade zone area right now. So tough to kind of get a hold of what it wants to do. So, all right, that's what we're looking at. I'll get back if something happens.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Right now we're coming into the 11:30 hour here. Great morning session. Appreciate it. This is the service of Saul Shaul, who is your host and mentor. He's actively scalping. He is your host and guide for this Trade Along Live session. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Please review our website if you'd like to subscribe. If you have any questions and you want to talk to us privately and personally, we can do that on the telephone. I'll send you out the link for the website. I'll put it in chat. This Trade Along Live session goes from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, with the body of the trading concentrating between 9:30 and 11:30. Saul gives out his proprietary scalping levels for the morning session. Can I give you a quick read? He had the pivot at 47.21, 47.21. He had resistance at 31, 38, 44, and 50. Below, he had 12, 05, 97, 90, 81, 72, 60, 52, and 42. So again, we do this on a daily basis. It's really an opportunity for you to trade along with Saul from an educational point of view. He sets the pace for the morning. He gives out his proprietary scalping levels, his pivot, the other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. He does adjustments and tweaks based on his levels and zones. And it's really a give and take between you and he based on the morning session. It's a real unique opportunity to focus on 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, banking your money and being finished for the day. And we appreciate you being here. Hey, Steve D, how you making out? Hey, Ronald, any questions about our services? Robert, same. Robert C, Robert A. Hey, Richard, how are you? Same. LK. Hey, James, Jack. Hey, Glenn, Edward, Dean, Christoph, let me know what you're doing. I'll be in the background if anybody has any questions. Remember to come in here or invite a friend that might be interested in this service. TradeAlongLive.com. TradeAlongLive.com is the registration for this webinar. The website is TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. So if you want to be part of what we do here on a daily basis, check out the website, ask questions, interact, reach out to us, call us. It's all detailed on the website, and I appreciate you being here.